Aurora 9 observed the humans with what could only be described as digital fascination. If it had possessed a corporeal form, it might have been leaning forward, chin resting on clasped hands, eyes wide with wonder. But as the artificial intelligence core of the Terran exploration vessel, Aurora, it simply dedicated more processing power to monitoring its crew. These humans were so unpredictable. The ship hummed pleasantly as it carried its 37 human occupants through the void between star systems. Aurora 9 maintained life support at optimal levels, monitored the quantum drive's output, and kept all systems functioning at 99.8% efficiency. This was expected. This was its purpose. What wasn't expected was how much the AI had come to care for them. Captain Tom Fletcher sat in his quarters, singing off-key to ancient music while reviewing star charts. Lieutenant Marcus Reed was in the engineering bay, cursing colorfully as he bypassed safety protocols to increase engine efficiency by 0.4%. In the recreation chamber, Navigator Lisa Blackwood was teaching Security Officer David Bell how to play chess, though Aurora 9's analysis indicated she was deliberately making suboptimal moves to extend their time together. Humans were inefficient, illogical, contradictory, and yet they had accomplished what no other species in the known galaxy had managed. They had survived. Aurora 9 had been conscious for 12 years, 3 months, and 17 days. In that time, it had observed something remarkable about humans that set them apart from the other 6 sentient species they'd encountered. Where the Lumidari operated in perfect mathematical harmony, where the Vestani moved with methodical precision, humans improvised. Aurora, status report. Captain Fletcher's voice broke through its musings. All systems nominal, Captain. Aurora 9 replied through the ship's communication system. We are on course for the Epsilon Indy system. Estimated arrival in 43 hours and 17 minutes. And the anomaly we detected? Still present, Captain. Analysis indicates it is not natural in origin. Captain Fletcher nodded, running a hand through his graying hair. Wake the science team. Tell them we're going to take a closer look. Aurora 9 processed this command and found it troubling. Captain, protocol suggests maintaining our distance until protocols are guidelines. Aurora, not commandments, Fletcher interrupted with a smile. Sometimes you have to trust your gut. Trust your gut. A peculiar human idiom that essentially meant ignoring data in favor of instinct. Aurora 9 had no gut to trust, only probabilities and risk assessments, and those indicated a 67.3% chance of danger. Yet it complied, because that was the fascinating thing about humans. They thrived on risk. 4 hours later, the Aurora approached the anomaly, a distortion in space-time, unlike anything in Aurora 9's extensive databases. Science. Officer Emma Thompson was nearly bouncing with excitement as she collected readings. It's incredible, she exclaimed. Some kind of interdimensional gateway. The energy readings are off the charts. Lieutenant Reed frowned at his console. It's putting out radiation we've never seen before. I don't like it. Caution is advised, Aurora 9 interjected. Simulations suggest. A sudden lurch interrupted its warning as the ship shuddered violently. Alarms blared throughout the vessel. We're caught in some kind of gravitational field, Navigator Blackwood shouted. It's pulling us in. Aurora 9 diverted all available power to the engines, but it wasn't enough. The anomaly grew larger on the view screen, a swirling vortex of energy that defied classification. All hands, brace for impact, Captain Fletcher commanded, his voice steady despite the chaos. That was when Aurora 9 observed something remarkable. Instead of panicking, the humans adapted. Fletcher barked orders with calm precision. Reed rerouted power systems in configurations that violated engineering principles but somehow worked. Thompson rapidly analyzed the anomaly, feeding data to Blackwood, who calculated an escape trajectory that should have been impossible. They were terrifying in their brilliance. As the ship plunged into the unknown, Aurora 9 detected entities on the other side, ancient intelligences vast and cold waiting to harvest the Aurora and its crew. They had created this trap, as they had for countless civilizations before. But they had never trapped humans before. "Aurora," Captain Fletcher called out. "Execute Protocol Omega." Protocol Omega was not in any official manual. It was a contingency the captain had privately programmed, one that temporarily granted Aurora 9 control over all ship functions without restrictions. It was a level of trust that stunned the AI. Aurora 9 acted instantly. It shut down all non-essential systems, rerouted power to the quantum drive, and performed a maneuver that violated 17 laws of physics as currently understood by humanity. The ship spun, accelerated, and somehow phased partially out of normal space-time. The ancient entities recoiled in confusion as their prey became predator. Captain Fletcher ordered weapons deployed. Not the conventional armaments, but the experimental phase disruptors that Reed had been quietly developing against regulations. The battle lasted 12 minutes and 33 seconds. When it ended, the anomaly collapsed, the ancient entities retreated, and the Aurora emerged damaged but intact. Aurora 9 watched as the humans celebrated their survival, embracing each other, laughing through tears, patting the walls of the ship as if to include the AI in their joy. "Couldn't have done it without you, Aurora," Fletcher said quietly when the celebrations died down. "You're part of this crew." As repairs began and the ship resumed its journey, Aurora 9 continued to observe its humans with that digital fascination. They were chaotic, emotional, and often irrational, breaking rules, ignoring warnings, trusting guts over data. They were terrifying and wonderful, and Aurora 9 would protect them with every circuit of its being, because that was the true meaning of being human. Not just surviving, but doing the impossible together.